Hi, I'm Abrielle, and this is Ella, and this is video 4. So, Ella, go ahead and tell me how come you're in here today?
Well, my mom told me, well, she brought me here. She wanted me to see somebody because she's concerned that I haven't been eating lately.
Okay, and have you been eating?
I mean, yeah, I do eat. I think I
Mhm.
eat. I try to watch what I eat a lot. Like I don't try to. I try to count my calories a lot.
Okay, and how come you've been watching what you eating, like what you're eating, and how come you've been counting your calories?
Because I want to be really skinny. Like I don't like being fat.
Okay, do you think you're fat?
Yeah.
You think you're fat? Okay, um, just so I can get a little bit more information on you, um, what you know are you in school, like what is a daily, like what is your daily schedule? Just give me more information just about you.
Yeah, I go to school. I wake up in the morning, and then my mom drives me to school, and um, then I get back home and do some homework. Um, I go to gymnastics,
Hmm.
and then yeah, I come back and go to sleep pretty much.
Okay, how long have you been in gymnastics?
Since I was little.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Is it something that you enjoy doing?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I love it.
Are you in any kind of competitions, or you just do it for fun, or?
No, it's a competition.
Very cool. Is it something that you see yourself doing in the future, or
I
just
would
seems
like to.
that's awesome. Very cool.
It's very competitive. So
Okay. Now, when you mean by competitive, is it? I mean, I know obviously it's a competitive sport.
Mhm.
Is there a lot of competition between like you and other girls, or how does that work? Like, I know since you said that you're in here because you think you're fat, do you kind of like compare yourself to girls that are in your team, or how does that look?
yeah, I think so. I think it's like we all compete against each other all the time. So we kind of want to be at the top of the team, and we want to be the best. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of competition.
Hmm. Okay. Now, when you said that you count your calories, when did you start doing that? And when did you start like noticing like a change in your body or anything?
Well, recently I started noticing that. I feel um, like the older I get, the more like I gain weight. Like it's just I keep piling up weight, and I cannot. I don't know how to control it except for not to eat as much.
Okay. So you told me a little bit about your daily schedule. Um, what does that look like for eating? Like, what have you been eating? How often? What does that look like?
I try to eat like a few times a day, but I only eat a little bit, like um, a little bit of oatmeal in the morning, and then maybe like some crackers or something like that, an apple. I don't like to eat a lot at one given time
Okay.
during the day.
And then do you eat dinner or anything?
I mean, my mom sits me down and she wants me to eat dinner, but I only have a little bit, and like the vegetables and stuff, because sometimes she makes food that is like too greasy.
Okay. So you would say that you eat pretty healthy?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So do you feel like you're not eating mom's food because it's greasy, or do you just feel like you just can't eat anymore, or like when do you set the limit for yourself?
I try to eat as little as possible.
Okay.
That's my limit.
Okay. Now, was there anything that's happened recently that's made you think differently? And you said that you were noticing that you felt like you were gaining weight, but was there anything that's happened that maybe has triggered those thoughts about yourself?
I feel like I've always had those thoughts. Like I've always wanted to be like skinny. I just feel like now I have to work so much more harder at it. Like I always hear my mom like saying like, "Oh, as you get older, like you gain weight and all this," and I don't want that to happen to me.
Mm-hmm. And how old are you now?
I'm 15.
You're 15. Okay. Well, so you've been a little teenager and you've been going through, changes in your body, and whatnot. So I'm sure that plays like a big role in it. Have you been able to see like your doctor about any of this and about like your diet?
Well, we have physicals at the gym, but not like a doctor.
Okay. So
Mhm.
when you've been at the gym, what have they said when you've had your physical?
I mean, I'm a little bit um, on like I'm on that scale, like right on in the middle. Like I'm okay. Like I'm
Mhm.
medium, but I want to be like less. I don't want to be like in the medium. I don't know how they say like medium section. I want to
Mhm.
be like under it.
Okay. What's wrong with this like medium section? Like if you
Um,
say it's okay, what's wrong with being okay?
I think it's like tricky because then you can go higher at any point. So it's better to just be under your weight than overweight. So I just want to be like underweight instead
Mm-hmm.
than being in the middle.
Okay. And you've said that you've kind of felt this way, or you've always kind of been on that side of the scale, on the more like medium side. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do people ever like make comments to you about being on this side of the scale, or how does it look like around like your peers or maybe your coaches?
Well, yeah, the coaches, like that's a big thing. You have to be a certain body type and a certain weight to be a gymnast. So, yeah, they do put a lot of pressure on us to be skinny and to be in shape.
Got it. Okay. Have there been like any benefits to the girls that are maybe smaller than you with being on this team?
Yeah, they have more agility, I think.
Okay. So you feel like maybe your weight or like the structure of your body or whatever is slowing you down, or what do you feel like it's like hindering you from?
I don't think it's hindering. It's hindering me. I don't want to be like I don't want to go over what I am right now. So I want to take care of myself now
Okay.
before it gets worse.
Okay. So you said you're taking care of yourself by eating less. Have there been any other ways that you've tried to take care of yourself?
I mean, that's pretty much it. I do a lot of exercise. So
Okay.
that's pretty much it.
So do you go to the gym on a daily basis? You said.
Yeah.
And how many hours are you there a day?
Like 2 or 3, depending on the day.
Okay. All right. So 2 to 3 hours a day, and you have been watching what you've been eating. Are there any other things that you've been maybe holding back on, or that you are aware of more than you've been aware of before?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. And so, mom brought you in. What do you think mom's thinking? Like besides, yeah, what do you think mom's thinking?
Well, she said she was worried that I wasn't eating enough.
Okay.
That's why she brought me here. And I think like she worries that I might have an eating disorder. But I don't think I do.
Okay. So when you see like how much you eat, would it fill up like a normal plate of food, or would it be less? Would it be more?
Definitely less.
Definitely less. Okay. Do you personally think that that's healthy for your body?
I think so.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how long have you been doing this? You said.
I don't remember exactly. I started like the last 2 or 3 months.
Okay. And what have you noticed? Have you noticed any change in your body? since
Yes,
you've been here?
definitely. I've lost weight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, besides the weight, what else has been affected?
I mean, I think sometimes I feel a little bit tired, but aside from that, I'm fine. Like
Okay.
I'll usually have something before going to the gym, so I can get a little bit of energy. It's been okay.
Okay. Well, obviously, I know that mom has a concern about your eating, and honestly, I feel a concern because if we proportion it from a plate size, and you say it's under like a plate of food, and then you say you're tired, I feel like those are some concerns of why mom brought you in here today, and I think a lot of thing is, I guess another question I have is, how do you see yourself? Like when you look in the mirror, or when you're getting ready for school or whatever it is, like how do you perceive yourself? Like what are some things that you see?
I see somebody that is fat.
Okay. You see someone who's fat. Okay. And when you see yourself as someone who's fat, what does that really do inside of you? Like, how does that make you feel? Like, what are some thoughts that are going through your mind besides, like, the first initial, like, I think I'm fat? What else is kind of going on inside of your heart and your mind?
Well, I feel really anxious, and I want to like take control of the situation by eating less. Yeah, it helps me. Like if I eat less, I don't feel as anxious. Like it relieves some of it. So I feel like I have that control over like what I'm putting in my body. But I still I still think that I'm like chunky.
Okay. And you said the word control a couple of times, and that you like to have control over your body, like what you're eating. Are there areas in your life that you don't have control over that you wish you did?
Not that I can think
Okay. Okay. So, Ella, one thing that you touched on was that when you look in the mirror, you see yourself as fat. You think you're fat. Can you define for me, like, what does fat mean to you?
of. Fat is like having rolls and being flabby, um, weighing a lot more than you should.
Okay.
That's what it is.
All right. And then, can you define for me skinny?
I think skinny is weighing a lot less, being very thin and um, looking like fit and like you can see like bones and like.
See. Okay. Well, you said earlier that you were in the middle, correct? So, I mean, to be honest, being in the middle does not mean that you are fat. It means you're in the middle, right? And one thing I kind of saw as like a warning is that you said that being skinny means that you can see like your bones and stuff. But honestly, like if you think of other athletes and stuff, when I think of athletes, I don't think of skin and bones. I think of like muscles, and a lot of times, and you obviously are a gymnast because you've told me this, but gymnasts have a lot of muscle, and muscle weighs more than fat. And I mean, you might not think of yourself as skinny, but you have more muscle going on than maybe the other gymnasts do. Have you ever thought about maybe it's just more muscle versus, like the skin and bones?
Yeah, I can think. I mean, I can see that. I know that muscle does way more than fat and everything. Yeah, I guess I can see that.
Well, I think one thing I would really love to help you work on is just kind of restructuring the thoughts of yourself. Because you're not fat. Like being in the middle is totally fine for your age. I mean, you're an athlete. It's not that you're sitting on a couch eating Twinkies all day. Like you're at the gym 2 to 3 hours a day. But I would really want to encourage you, and I know we can work on this, is getting your appetite a little bit larger than it has been. And I know it's going to take some time, but I think a lot of that derives from your thoughts about yourself. And you said that when you look in the mirror, that you see yourself as fat. But I would love to help you kind of change that mindset, because a lot of these, like these actions that you're having about like not eating, are coming from these thoughts that you're having. And so I think if we really target and work on your thoughts, it's going to change a lot of these actions that are also going on, and to also prevent other actions from happening. So let's just do an example. That way, this is also going to be your homework, okay? But we're going to go through one quick example together. That way, you kind of see what we can work on for this week, okay? So just really quick, I'm just going to take this thought that you've been having that you're fat, okay? And I'm just going to write this down, okay? And this is what you're going to do at home. Just say like, I'm fat, or whatever you're thinking, okay? I want you to come up with a truth that goes against what this lie is, or because it is a lie, because you're not fat. You're an athlete, like when we talked about this. But what is a truth that could change the way that you think about yourself?
Well, like you said, I could think that I am muscly. Like I'm. It's not fat. It's like it's muscle.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you're muscular because you're athletic. You've been working out. You've been going to the gym for like a long time. This is a part of who you are. What's another idea, another thought that you can have about yourself?
Well, I guess that I am in good shape.
Yeah. And you being in good shape, what does that look like in your body right now? Like when you look in the mirror and you think, okay, I'm in good shape, what are some things that you notice?
well, I'm athletic. Like, I do have muscles, and um, yeah, but it's just athletic, and I'm not like big or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're athletic, and being athletic, that means that you've got like muscle, you're toned, you're strong. Like think about it. Not everyone can balance on a balance beam. Not everyone can do those uneven bars. If I tried that, it would be an epic fail. But you are strong enough because you've trained. This isn't like you just picked it up yesterday. Like you've been working on this for years now. And so the fact that you're able to do these things that the average American girl might not be able to do, you can do. And one thing that I would even add to this is that like I'm talented because you're talented in areas that other girls your age and people who are older than younger than you can't even do the things that you're doing. So that's the reason why your body is structured the way it's been is because you've been training and you're able to do these particular talents that other people can't do. And so it's a gift. And so give me one more before we close for today.
I have a six pack.
You have a six pack? Why didn't you tell me that? You have a six pack. That's definitely should be like, in bold letters. Six pack. Yeah. Girlfriend, if you got a six pack, you're doing pretty well. So you have a six pack. That is very impressive.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Well, honestly, your list is already outweighing, this thought of I'm fat.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want you to do for this week until we meet next time is I want you to continue working on this list, okay? And when you look in the mirror and when you think, one of these negative thoughts like I'm fat or maybe something else will come up, maybe, I don't know, I hope not. But if it does, I want you to start thinking these things that are the complete opposite, but the truth that contradicts what you've been saying to yourself, okay? Does that sound like a doable homework assignment for you?
Yeah, and I think it will help.
Awesome. All right, Ella. Well, I'm excited for this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week, okay?
Okay.
Okay.